Welcome in, everybody, to ONEOK Field, Tulsa, Oklahoma, for what is set to be a nail-biting evening. The Roughnecks versus Seattle Sounders 2. The Roughnecks need a win to be sure of a place in the playoffs. Tulsa come into this 13-4. Seattle Sounders, who haven't won in the last 5, are on a 7-day road trip. They will have a say on the placings in the top 8. They themselves are mathematically out of the playoff places. There is one of the best backdrops in the whole of the USL. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Dave Saunders, and alongside me we have a Tulsa Roughnecks legend who I'll introduce just in a moment, because there are the standings. You can see the energy on 43 in that last playoff spot. The Roughnecks there in 7th on 43. Just this game and one more to play for your Tulsa Roughnecks. Seattle Sounders there, they can improve on their position, but they are mathematically out of the playoffs. The Roughnecks can finish in 6th, 7th or 8th. And alongside me, as I said, a legend of Tulsa Roughnecks, and someone I know pretty well from English soccer as well, and that is one Steve Earle. Steve, how are you tonight, sir?
Oh, very well, thanks.
Nice to see you, and thanks for joining us here. Steve, I guess you just want to get in the playoffs, full stop, don't you?
Well, that's it. The slate's clean then. You get through to the playoffs, and what you're saying, the team they're playing tonight has lost 4 on the trot. They've got nothing to play for. We've really got to get at them tonight and get that one result that takes them through to the playoffs.
Last week, a little bit of a disappointment. They lost the Roughnecks to San Antonio 1-0 here at ONEOK. With that one tonight and next week, you and I were talking off air, if the Roughnecks can't get the points from 3 home games, they don't deserve to be.
Well, that's right. That's the best scenario. You start the start of the season and you think we've got 3 games to get 3 points. Any coach would take that. And from the beginning of the season, say the last 3 games, you need 1 win to get to the playoffs. You'd take that. You know, like you say, if they don't get it, then it's their own fault.
It's the voice of Steve Earle. We'll talk more to Steve about some of the old days with the Tulsa Roughnecks, to the here and now. We're going to throw it to break. We will be back with your first half here in downtown Tulsa. It is the Roughnecks versus Seattle Sounders 2.
Starting at 5 p.m. in the new Busch Scoreboard Ball. Catch the action on Coffee Review Channel 1334 or visit roughnecksfc.com to buy and print your tickets from home.
Welcome. How's it going?
Hi. Hi.
Okay, so you've got 2 friends here.
Yes.
This is the J.D. Power Award for dependability. Now, I want you to give it to the friend that you think is most dependable.
Oh!
Wow.
It's just not fair.
Does she have to?
She doesn't have to.
Oh, I don't?
No, but it's a tough choice, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, luckily, Chevy makes it a little easier, because it's the only brand to earn J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs 2 years in a row.
That's amazing.
You want something that's dependable. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
3rd and 8, Williams takes a snap, he drops back, he's got a man downfield, he throws. It's intercepted by Phillips! He's at the 40, he's at the 30, he's at the 20, he's got 1 man to beat, he's going all the...
He's going all the what?
Nothing comes before coffee. That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe. Cafe quality from beans to espresso machines.
Touchdown! Approximately 4 seconds to go!
Be a part of the Pop and Vod Show with Jeremy Poplin and Coach David Vondrell on Facebook. For the first time, you have a chance to be part of the show here live at ONEOK Field on Wednesday, October 11th. Fans of all ages are welcome to come and meet the players for autographs and photos, watch the Pop and Vod Show in person, and stay after for a Q&A session hosted by Jeremy Poplin. There will be drinks, giveaways, and more. Doors open at 6 o'clock on Wednesday, October 11th. Come support your Tulsa Roughnecks as they push towards the playoffs.
There's Coach Vondrell with Lloyd Kinnear, his assistant, walking across the field. Just a few seconds now before kickoff. The temperature at kickoff is 72 degrees. The official weather forecast brought to you by the News on 6 meteorologist Travis Meyer and the Oklahoma weather experts. There's Ugarte, who gets another start. He played at centre-back against Phoenix in the week in that incredible game that the Roughnecks lost out 4-3 in the end. Ugarte alongside Bradley Bourgeois at the heart of the defence. And Steve Earle, there's the goalkeeper, Serda, and it's important that your goalkeeper plays well. All good teams are built on a good goalkeeper and a good back foot.
Yeah, they have to keep you in games. You know, if they make mistakes, it's very hard to get over that. So you expect goalkeepers to keep you in the game when it's going against you, and hopefully that they won't have to do too much tonight.
And there is Dave Audrill talking to the captain and the playmaker, the Argentinian Juan Pablo Caffa, who struck a superb goal with his left foot again in the losing out of the points against Arizona in that amazing game. There he is, a man very, very important. He is the playmaker, Steve Earle, and he makes things tick in this 4-2-3-1 formation for the Roughnecks.
Yeah, I think from what I've been told, he's the player, and he's got to get everybody around him to play, and hopefully they get the right result.
Seattle come into this one. They can improve on their 10th place with 3 wins out of 3. This is the start of a 7-day road trip where they'll play Tulsa tonight, Swope Park on Wednesday, and then next Sunday they will play Oklahoma City Energy. So they will have a big say on who finishes where in that top 8. As for the Roughnecks, they need 3 points to be absolutely guaranteed of their first playoff place in this new franchise, which is in its 3rd year. Roughnecks will line up 4-2-3-1 against the Seattle Sounders 4-3-3. We'll get more into the formations as we go. The referee tonight is Jose Lara. The assistants are Blake Fraley, with the other assistant Joao Sabino, and the 4th tonight is Edwin Zunan. Welcome in, settle in for this important game between the Tulsa Roughnecks and the Rave Green S2, who will be wearing their green shirts, blue shorts and green socks against the Roughnecks, all in grey tonight. And the referee Lara will get us underway in just a few seconds from now. Few changes for the Roughnecks tonight. Brady Ballou making his 6th start of the season. He's going to be playing wide on the right. And as I said, Ugarte in at the back. Mojidama is on the bench. And in at left back tonight is Kosuke Kimura, with right back Jaime Ayala, Colin Fernandez and Jonathan Levin, the middle 2. And then Juan Pablo Caffa. Joey Calistri will start on the left. So important to the Roughnecks cause, of course, the Chicago loanee. And the aforementioned Brady Ballou on the right. Slight delay, but an important night for both teams. Seattle haven't played a game, Steve Earle, would you believe, since September the 20th. So they've had a really good rest.
Well, they won't be tired then, will they? You know, but, I'm just interested to see how the Roughnecks get after them. You know, it's a one-off game really, and they just got to get after the other team. And it'll be interesting to see if they can get some play down the wings, because that'll open up the middle, and hopefully they can have a good night.
You're absolutely right when you say it's like a playoff game, isn't it? Really,
it's like a cup final, yeah.
It really is, isn't it? And that's the way they've got to treat it.
Mm-hmm.
But important they get off to a good start. Christian Tier-Young in up front. Ian Swantusson is on the bench. So a few changes in the lineup tonight, but extensively the same formation. It is a 4-2-3-1 for the Tulsa Roughnecks. Referee's happy now. There's just an adjustment there to the net that need to be made, and away we go. And immediately it's Juan Pablo Caffa playing the ball out to the left-hand side, looking for Calistri, headed away, and that will be a throw-in for Kosuke Kimura. who hasn't started many games at left back. He's normally accustomed to the right back. Colin Fernandez getting involved early. Ball back, though, to the keeper, Miller. Headed back by Kimura. In the midfield, Jonathan Levin, his first touch, trying to thread a ball through. Comes up to Tia Young. Here's Kaffer. Finds Kosuke Kimura, who will get forward from that left back spot. High foot, though. And that will be a free kick to Seattle. And it's important in the modern game, Steve Earle, that the left and the right backs do really push on.
Yeah, they get the wing backs getting forward, especially if they're going to switch play. That's the best time for them to get forward. I just watched straight away that Ballou's got on the right wing, and then all of a sudden he's come right across into the middle. There was nobody on the outside at all. I think needed to get a bit of width to start with and then go from there.
Ball is out. Here's Jaime Ayala with the throw-in. Kaffer. Rare mistake from the playmaker, the captain. Throw in to Seattle on that far side. And here's Ugarte. Colin Fernandez, good first touch. Now, what's he got in store here? Fernandez, he'll hit one himself, comes off the defender. Colin Fernandez not afraid to have a shot, and that is away. And Calistri will leave it for Kosuke Kimura. Good break there from Colin Fernandez, on loan from the Chicago Fire. Here he is, likes to be involved in that midfield too. Ugarte there to Jaime Ayala, but that's too much. Slightly nervy start, Steve.
Yeah, we expect that as well. You know, so much at stake. I think they'll calm down in the next couple of minutes and then go from there.
Bradley Bourgeois clearing the ball there. Former TU man. And there's a former TU man on the Seattle side, which I'll tell you about in a minute, because here they come forward. Now, was that a clip? There was. So Seattle have a free kick here. In a dangerous position, Steve Earle.
Yeah, they don't want to be doing that too often. That's a great position for, you know, for a shot just outside the box. If we can get it up and down, this could cause some problems.
Here's the foul.
Yeah, I would say that was just clipped him a little bit.
1 from 2.
But today you don't have to touch them; they go down. You know.
A foul and a free kick then to the Rafe Green. 3 minutes gone. 0-0. Dave Saunders and Steve Earle with you from downtown Tulsa. 4 men in the wall. And here's the free kick, curled, hits the wall. Sutter will come out. Bouchard will head away, headed back in. There's an overhead kick attempt there from Felix Chenka. But it's away and it's out, and it's a goal kick and a chance to settle down, Steve Earle.
Looks like the goalkeeper got a knock there, maybe. His punch went straight down the middle. Maybe we were better knocking it to the side.
That's the man all in pink tonight, apart from those black socks.
All men wear pink.
Fabian Serdi there, 82 saves entering the game, third in the Western Conference. He's been a real stalwart there between the sticks for the Tulsa Roughnecks this season. And here it is. There's the overhead kick attempt from Chenka, but nothing doing for Serda, who takes the goal kick out towards the left. A good one straight to the feet of Kaffer, but couldn't control it. Bourgeois forward onto the chest of Fernandez. Bourgeois with a long ball.
That's a good ball.
Looking for Brady Ballou. Out comes the keeper. Has to head it. There's Miller, Tyler Miller. And this is a good run down the left. And in steps Ayala for a corner. So Seattle coming forward on the break pretty well, Steve.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it was quick. The ball before that, Ballou is quick as well. And I think they're trying that ball over the top for him to run onto. And it was just unfortunate he didn't get there.
Henry Wingo with the run down the left-hand side. Corner then. Away. To Seattle. Away it goes from Captain Kaffer. And no one up. Everybody was back in a grey shirt for the Roughnecks. And Tyler Miller has a chance to spin the ball out to the far side. Here's Alfaro. And he will go back to Miller. All in red tonight. Left-footed clearance. Straight onto the head of Jaime Ayala. Back into the midfield. That was Sari getting involved. Ray Sari, a former TU man. Played in the same team. Same setup as Bradley Bourgeois. Those two know each other pretty well. Sari
Go on. Oh.
trying to get involved in the midfield, but here's Levin to Tier Young now. Christian Tier Young, the lone striker, gives it away. Chenkum managing to get the ball back to Hoppo. And again, Seattle having plenty of time to play the ball out from the back. And forward they come again, dangerous run. And there's an offside, fortunately, but those runs down that left-hand side, Steve, we've seen that a couple of times. Referee hasn't seen the assistant here. He has now.
Yeah, they've got to pick up that runner quicker because he ran 40 yards with the ball under no pressure. And then he's onto the back four. I think he needs to get picked up quicker. Someone's got, if he's going to be the main man, they need to pick him up earlier.
Well, certainly two runs that have happened inside this first 6.5 minutes from Henry Wingo. Fabian Serda then from just outside his area with this free kick. 0-0 the score. Roughnecks needing 3 points to be absolutely sure of a top 8 finish. They can finish 6th, 7th or 8th. We'll talk more about the playoffs as the broadcast goes on. We're at the business end of the season. Everything will be wrapped up next Sunday. There's Ugarte hooking the ball away up to Tier Young. And there's a foul on Christian Tier Young, says the referee. Free kick. And this, Steve Earle, is
an opportunity.
An opportunity for Kaffer, isn't it? What do you say? It's about 22, 23 yards out, probably. Maybe a little bit more, 25.
There'll have to be some shot to get it in from there.
But we've seen this man do it this season. And you'll notice that everybody else walks away from the ball. There is the man. Only one person going to be taking this one. And that is Juan Pablo Kaffer. 9 goals this season. Second highest scorer, tied with Calistri behind Ian Svantussen, the top goal scorer, who is on the bench tonight.
They've also got 2-on-2 at the back. Backside if he changes his mind.
Here's Kaffer then, strikes it left-footed, just a yard or so over. You always felt that was going over, Steve.
Yeah, it was a bit slow. It wasn't going to beat the goalkeeper, I don't think. It needs to be harder than that. But he had 2 men, 2-on-2 at the back post. Maybe wants to look at that from that distance.
Sari again, playing the ball out to the left-hand side. And now Seattle Sounders 2 try to switch to the right-hand side. Calistri steps in. Kimura trying to get involved as well, but away come the Rave Green. Here's Chenkum.
Stand him up.
Good play from Wingo. And here's Ray Sari. Good possession here from S2. And that ball is just a little bit overhit, and in the end it will go through for a goal kick. But Steve Earle, I've been impressed with S2, a team that has nothing really to play for apart from pride, and they've knocked it around pretty well.
Yeah, they've got some pace in the middle of the park, and I think the Roughnecks need to get closer to them in the middle of the park. They're receiving the ball, and there's not a Roughneck within 4 or 5 yards of them, like, you know. And if you got the pace, like, I forget what the guy's name is, but he was going past them just with fewer pace. You know. Got to pick him up earlier.
And so Ulysses giving the thrown away there. Here's Kimura there to Tier Young, back to Kimura and then to Tier Young again. Colin Fernandez goes through 2, goes through 3. He's inside the area here. Great tackle coming in, and in the end it was the outstretched leg of Fernandez. And I think the referee is going to give a yellow card to Colin Fernandez. Well, Steve, we'll look at that one again.
Yeah, let's have a look. Couldn't see from here.
He went through a few players there, and in the end gave the free kick away. And that's a yellow card to Colin Fernandez. We'll see it here. Just an outstretched leg. Was he late there, Steve?
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little stretching. I don't think he was trying to hurt anybody. I think he was generally going for the ball, but just a little bit late.
So Colin Fernandez has to play the next 80 minutes or so on a yellow card. Levin cuts the ball out well, can't find Baloo.
Midfield, no one picking him.
And it is a free kick to S2. And here's Sari. Ray Sari always impressed at TU. And impressed so much that he was able to sign a professional contract with S2. Only 5'6", scores goals, and then has a very good engine on him. Going to be a throw-in to Ulysses. And here he is again down the right-hand side. Gets a low ball to the back of the box. Good tricky play and a shot just wide in the end from Felix Chenko. And that was good play, Steve Earle, because he had a couple of defenders around him, but he still managed to get the shot away.
He shouldn't have been allowed to turn there. The guy was just a little bit far off him, and just in the middle of the park, standing too far off their players. You need to close them down. Just at least nullify two of them, and just maybe leave one with a bit of pace.
Just dragged his shot wide.
Yeah.
5 goals this season. Second highest on the team. Here's Jaime Ayala's low ball into the box, away by the S2 defence. And away they come again. Slight dive in there. And that's good physical play, and Felix Chenko, doesn't get the free kick there that he thought he might have got. Big strong lad up front, got round 3. And here's Bradley Bourgeois in a little bit of space now. Plays it to Kimura. Colin Fernandez. Bourgeois to Ugarte. Ugarte to Jaime Ayala, who will go all the way back to Fabian Serda. And Fabian Serda's ball has got through here to Calistri. Calistri on goal, takes a deflection, and there's Christian T-Young to score for the Tulsa Roughnecks. Well, they couldn't score in 90 minutes last week. They put 3 past Arizona on Wednesday, and they get the early lead inside 14 minutes. It's Christian T-Young. It's the Roughnecks 1, S2 0. Steve Earle.
What a great ball from the keeper. Must have gone 65 yards. Put the guy clean in, rolled it square, tap in. Maybe now they're settled down a little bit and start to play.
Here's the replay, as you say. Fabian Serda's ball, and Joey Calistri here does extremely well. It clips the defender, T-Young, from an incredibly narrow angle.
What was the fullback doing?
Well, Christian T-Young gets his 3rd goal of the season. Maybe you're alluding to a little bit of defending that could have been done there, but Christian T-Young from a narrowest of angle.
Good finish. It was a great goal all round.
But as you say, what a ball from Fabian Serda. 1-0, just what the Roughnecks needed. But here come S2. Ball across. Fabian Serda getting down and palming that one away. And Steve Earle, as you know, as a professional, when you just scored, you're at your most vulnerable.
Yeah, they need to settle it down now. Just keep the ball a little bit and kill the game a little bit and then go again. Because they've got some pace, the green team. They're individually, again, they've got in.
Yep, you to see there, but
you know, you've got to be wary of that pace.
Be wary of that pace, as you say, but he couldn't quite wrap his
foot round it.
Foot round there. You can see the orange smoke in the background because the Roughnecks have the lead. There's Joey Calistri. That's his 7th assist of the season. And it was Joey Calistri who connected again with Christian Tieryoung. Here it is again. It comes off the defender, spins away from the keeper, and Christian Tieryoung, from a very narrow angle, puts the Roughnecks ahead. Those two did combine in Arizona in the week. Calistri back for Tieryoung. Tieryoung scored the 3rd goal in that game, but the Roughnecks lost out 4-3. Here they are, 1-0 into the lead after 14 minutes.
I think if that had gone against the Roughnecks, give them a goal like that, coach would have gone absolutely crazy, letting a 75-yard ball beat everybody. They're playing, but they are playing a very high line, and there's acres of space over the top. If they can just drop some balls in and make them run back towards their own goal, they might get some joy out of that.
Talking of going back towards your own goal, here's Fabian Serta, controls well.
He's got good feet, him.
He does, doesn't he? Flicked on by Calistri, but it goes back via Nana Sinkham to keeper Miller. Here's Sari inside the centre circle. But we say again that S2 are knocking the ball around well, Steve. They've had the lion's share of possession.
Yep. You can have it in the centre, middle of the park and at the back. Let them have it there. That's not a problem. It's when they start running at you, you've got to pick them up.
That was Henry Wingo trying to get forward, but the Roughnecks had a throw in. Here's Fernandez.
Oh, that's better.
To Kosuke Kimura. Back to Bradley Bourgeois. Kimura back in field to Levin.
Let it go.
Bourgeois now, can he thread a ball forward? He can, to Calistri.
Offside.
And offside, well spotted, Steve. Your eyes are still pretty good, my old friend.
One of them.
Offside there. And quickly in play come S2. Stooping header away from the 18-yard line by Jaime Ayala.
Was he too far off him?
Plenty of smoke on the field still. And that is a ball that's going to go over and out. And Steve, you're alluding to, you know, maybe the defender's getting a little bit tighter to S2.
Yeah, don't let them turn and run at you. You know, if you get tight and make them play it back, you've done your job. But letting them turn and run at you causes all sorts of problems. But I think they can get some joy seeing how high their line is. You can turn them round instead of trying to play through them all the time. You know, just vary it up a little bit.
That's a foul on Brady Ballou. And the referee, I think, for the foul and then for kicking the ball away, might be in a little bit of trouble with Jose Lara. And that is Henry Wingo will go into the book. So 2 yellow cards inside the first 18 minutes.
Look how high they're playing now.
So very high.
Look at the space there.
A lot of space on this field for both teams. Juan Pablo Caffa from wide on the right-hand side. Referee wants 10 yards from Ray Sari. And here's Caffa to Ayala. Can Ayala get a ball in? He can, into the box, headed away. Was that a foul on Ayala? No, says the referee, we play on. Ball in field. And in the end, it's going to go out for a throw. And that's another strong run from Henry Wingo, who likes running down that left-hand side. Talking of wings, here come S2 again. Ball just about kept in. Still possession from S2. And in the end, there's a foul. And it will be a free kick. And we look at the stats and we can see that, Steve, it's around about 60-40 in terms of possession. Not surprisingly for S2. They've dominated possession.
They've dominated the middle of the park. And being allowed to come out from get the ball in the middle of the park and run at people. It's Roughnecks got to be very careful.
Roughnecks lead by a goal to nil. Christian T. Young's third of the season on 14 minutes, separating the two sides. And if it stayed like this, the Roughnecks would be into the playoffs for sure. Long way to go. Here's Surrey. Good spin and turn there. Brings in Steve White now on the left-hand side. White goes infield. Levin and Fernandez try to wrestle it away from him, and in the end, White plays it out. It's going to be a throw-in to the Roughnecks, and Jaime Ayala will slow things down. Court Furniture Rental makes the Roughnecks players feel at home while off the pitch. Court Furniture, there when you need it, and gone when you don't. Really nice night for soccer here in downtown Tulsa. It's in the late 70s, temperature-wise. It's been a slightly cloudy day, but certainly no rain. And S2 have won a corner. So more defending as Zach Mathers will go across to take this corner. Be an in-swinger with his right foot. Plenty of action in and around Fabian Serda. Jonathan Levin there. Referee will come and sort things out and say, come on boys, hold your ground, but no pushing and shoving. Mathers again will try to take this corner, and it comes. Out comes the keeper. Got a good punch on that one.
That was a good punch.
Under pressure there was Fabian Serda. That's Narbonne to Sari. As we said again, good possession, good patient build-up from S2. Here on the near side to us is Steve White. Long ball from Narbonne. And an unfortunate slip there allows Brady Ballou to come away with the ball for the Roughnecks. Sorry, I think it was run into the referee there. Here's Bourgeois. Kosuke Kimura has to go back. And now it's the Roughnecks who have to build patiently from the back. Here's Francisco Ugarte. He's played in Germany.
There is that's a good ball.
Long ball, it is a good ball to Joey Calistri. Calistri now with Ulysses for company. And that will be a throw-in, which Kimura wants to take quickly and does to Fernandez. Kosuke Kimura comes off a defender. Sliding challenge coming in from Calistri. Doesn't win the ball back, but Bourgeois steps in and away it goes. It's a fairly even game, even though the Roughnecks have got the lead, Steve.
Yeah, I think those telling passes, those diagonal balls like that last one to Calistri, that's on all the time. Instead of trying to play through the middle where it's so congested. And then if you do that a few times, then they're going to have to be aware of that. And then they're going to stay back, and you're going to have more space in the middle of the park. But now it's very cluttered in the middle of the park, and that the other team's a little bit quicker than we are. So it causes a problem.
Ball threaded through, but that will be easy for Ugarte to just leave to the goalkeeper, Fabian Serda. And under pressure from Felix Chenkum, picks the ball up.
See if he can do it again, the goalkeeper. He's trying it.
It was certainly a great assist. He started it off, Calistri, then with the assist to T. Young.
Well done.
Now here is T. Young. In behind the defence, he's offside. He's offside.
Oh, linesman.
Christian T. Young. Just going a little bit too early.
That was unlucky.
And it will be a free kick to be taken by S2's keeper, Tyler Miller. And S2 it is who build again from the back. 1-0 to the Roughnecks.
Too much space again.
And S2 are able to knock this ball around, but in steps the Roughnecks. Now here's Colin Fernandez. Bourgeois, left-footed ball, headed away. This will drop to 11, right on halfway. He's given the ball away, and a ball clipped over the top will go all the way through to Fabian Serda. New Balance is the official kit provider for your Tulsa Roughnecks. You can find all the latest official New Balance gear at the team shop located here at ONEOK Field. New Balance, proud kit supplier for your Roughnecks. Ball goes all the way through to the keeper. And away come S2 again. They have favoured the left-hand side a little bit more than the right, haven't they?
Yeah,
but
they have, yeah.
they've had some joy down there as well. It's a ball infield from Nana Sinkham. T. Young trying to get some sort of a challenge in. Levin steps in and clears. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. As Bourgeois steps in for a challenge. Also, don't forget Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check uslsoccer.com for dates and times. A little bit of sorting out for the referee here, Steve.
Yeah, I think that's what's. They've got to be careful, the Roughnecks. They're giving the midfield of Seattle far too much space. There's under no pressure receiving the ball, and then they turn and start running it. And when you get players running at you, speed scares people, and you've got to close them down earlier and don't let them turn. Make them play it back to where it come from, and you've done your job,
Yeah, credit to S2 coming here. Mathematically impossible for them to get into the playoffs, but as we said before, they are dominating the possession here, around about 60-40. Here's Kaffa, right-footed ball, trying to find
who's that to?
Calistri. Yeah, who's that to is exactly right. To no one. Brady Ballou has come on to the left-hand side, and Joey Calistri down his favoured right. We've seen more of Joey Calistri on the right of the three in the 4-2-3-1 formation. There's Ugarte with a strong header away. The referee said that the challenge was a bit too strong, and that will be a yellow card to Francisco Ugarte. Referee saying a use of the arm, I think.
Really?
Yeah, we'll have a look at that one again. Referee and Ugarte there in deep conversation. It is a yellow card for Ugarte. So three yellow cards in the game, 2 for the Roughneck players. Colin Fernandez and Francisco Ugarte. Here it is again, Steve. Your view on this one? Use of the arm?
I don't see anything there, to be honest. The guy was backing into him. What was he supposed to do? Get out of the way?
Maybe an unfortunate yellow card.
Maybe he said something to her afterwards. Maybe that was what it was.
The opinion of Steve Earle, a former Tulsa Roughneck player, of course. Involved in winning the Super Bowl back in
83.
83. Seems like yesterday, Steve.
Oh yeah. I wish it was tomorrow.
Bradley Bourgeois stepping in there, and there was a foul.
Too slow.
And it's a little bit too slow, says Steve. But the foul is given, and the Roughnecks can take their time a little bit. They are leading by a goal to nil here. 30 minutes mark coming up in a few seconds. And it'll be Fabian Serta to take the free kick short to the man who's just gone into the referee's notebook. Ugarte. Nearly got over the top
close.
There. There's Calistri heading the ball back to Ayala. Ayala getting involved again, trying to get down that right-hand side. And in the end,
Well done.
There is a throw-in.
Put good pressure on there to get the throw-in.
Yeah, good pressure there from Jaime Ayala, who's had to work hard to get his place in the team. Has played a few games in the midfield, but predominantly a right or left back. And he has won another throw-in right down near the corner flag. And there's Calistri. Couldn't get it back to Ayala. And here's Ugarte in a little race with Chenka. Fabian Soda away.
Got good kicking ability, the goalkeeper.
He has, hasn't he? It's accurate and powerful, isn't it? Yeah. Here's Ugarte in acres of space. Just looks up now. Plays it into the feet of Juan Pablo Caffa.
That's a good ball.
And here's Kimura, and that's a good challenge coming in from Denzo Ulysses, the Haitian. And here's the man from Japan, one of the assistant coaches here, Kosuke Kimura. And that one's over the top. And through again to Fabian Soda.
Look how high they are now. His kicking is a weapon, you know.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah, good kicking ability.
Assist.
Keeps their back four very honest.
Yeah, you've got to watch what's going on all the time with Fabian Soda. Ball at his feet. Here's Colin Fernandez to Caffa, now Levin. First time ball from Caffa was a good idea, but cut out well by the defender. And it is S2 in possession again, in the shape of Shandon Hopo. Back to Ulysses. And again, at will, they can spread the ball across to the far side, the S2 left. Good play from Wingo. Still they have the ball. Mathers inside the box. And there's a shot coming in from Ray Sari, which is easily saved by Fabian Soda. And Steve, from your point of view, good build-up from S2, but you think maybe Tulsa Roughnecks standing off a little bit?
Yeah. They initially pick up people in midfield, and then as the play goes, they drift off. And then the guys are receiving the ball 4 or 5 yards, no one near them, and allowing them to turn and come at them. That's suicide. It's going to, sooner or later, they're going to get a shot from around the edge of the box, and it's going to be costly.
Yeah, the shot from Sari there was a good one, but not quite enough on it, was there? Here, again, is Hopu on this right-hand side. Threading the ball inside the box to Mathers. Mathers, good clip into the box. There's Ugarte and Ayala getting the ball away for the Roughnecks. And in the end, it's an easy ball from Fernandez to Baloo.
Put him in. Oh.
And there's Caffa's ball looking for Baloo, but it's too much. And that will go back to the keeper via Nana Sinka. And Levin has committed a foul in the midfield on Ray Sari. Ray Sari's been involved. There he is, former TU man. Alfaro. Infield here. And to this near side with Ulysses. Again, good possession from S2. Nabo has overhit that one.
That works.
And that will work, as you say, for the Roughnecks. And Jaime Ayala is the man who will take this one. Thank you for your company here on YouTube and also on Cox, Your View channel 1334. Nabone steps in and wins that. Calistri away. And here's Colin Fernandez getting involved there. Good tussle there, coming out with it though, with the Rave Green. Tyler Miller will clear long. Underneath this is Bourgeois with Mathers for company. Good header.
Yeah,
Mathers, good 1-2 here with Hopu. And Hopu's got him behind Kimura, but the referee said that he was pushing Kosuke Kimura. Steve Earle, your opinion on that one?
I think he was quite a bit lucky there, to be honest. The referee, I didn't see that, to be honest, but I'm glad he blew it.
Possession still favouring S2. Here's the foul here. Hopu there, just a little push maybe. Steve and I were talking a little bit off air about, you know, in the modern game, there's less contact, isn't it, from likes of your Fulham and Leicester Day, Steve Earle?
Yeah, it's a completely different game. The game's less physical now, which I think is a good thing. The referees don't allow. You can't slide tackle now. You can't. There's lots of can't tackle from behind. Lots of difference, and I think it's for the benefit, the better of the game, because you know when I played there, every team had 2 or 3 in a team that were just out to injure people, like or reduce people. So I think the game's better for that. Plus, it's a little bit more athletic now, I think, than it was in those days.
Ball coming on. Break in play. We've got a chance to tell you that the Roughnecks, of course, will be back here next Saturday to close out the regular season. And that will be against Colorado, who themselves have a little interest in the proceedings. They currently sit 10th, Colorado, on 38 points. Orange County 9th on 40. And then above the line is, of course, OKC currently in 8th. The Roughnecks in 7th, as there is a man down. So just coming back to your playing days, Steve Earle is alongside me here. Steve played for Fulham and for Leicester City back in England. I mean, did you could feel a tackle coming from the centre-back behind you when the ball was in front of you?
Well, there was one time where they just come through you, and then they outlawed that, I think, in the early 70s, and they weren't allowed. But they used to slide in, and it was great. As long as they touched the ball, it didn't matter what they did to the player. And now it's, which is, I think, it's good, because you don't want people injured all the time. But getting back to this a little bit, in the middle of the park, I'm watching them. The Roughnecks midfield. Initially they pick up, and then they ball watch a little bit. It goes across the back, and they start, and the guy drifts off them, and 5 or 6 yards, gets the ball, and starts running at them, and that's very difficult to stop.
There's the coach who's got the responsibility, Coach Vardrill, who's had a pretty good first season here, and could become a coach who takes the Roughnecks into the playoffs.
Hopefully, yeah, that'd be good.
And of course, everything will unfold in the next 8 or so days to see who plays where. Of course, the top 4 get the home draw, so the Roughnecks will, if they get in the playoffs, be on their travels. But as we said, Steve, it doesn't matter, does it? No. You just want to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, just get there. Another thing that may influence this game a little bit, you said that the other team hasn't played for a while.
That's right.
They do look a little bit fresher. The Roughnecks have been playing a hard schedule. That's not an excuse, but I do think the other team looks a little bit sharper in possession. But then again, they were losing 1-0, so we'll take that. Now we can go.
That other team, of course, being S2, who haven't won in 5 and haven't played since September the 20th, when, in my opinion, they outplayed Phoenix, Arizona, and unfortunately went down 1-0 at home. Very unlucky to lose that game.
He's gone again. Look, he's going to get this. Well done. Straight from the goalkeeper.
Here's Calistri. Calistri's sliding challenge coming in from Narbonne, who wins that one. He certainly went down early, but he won the ball fairly. Here's Fernandez, who's okay after that injury. Ballou shares a 1-2 with Kaffa. Ballou through on goal. Here's Brady Ballou. Good tackle coming in. In the end, it goes away for a corner, but Brady Ballou did everything right there. Shared a 1-2 with Kaffa. He picks up the defender, Ulysses, who came in with a last gasp tackle, and it was a great tackle, Steve Earle.
Yes, it was. Brady Ballou did the right thing there. He played the ball in and followed his pass, got it back, and just delayed his shot a little bit, I think, and Guy made a great tackle.
That tackle brought to you by the new Chevy Silverado 1500, the face of strong. Here's the corner. Into the box, out comes the keeper, catches really, really well, and Steve Earle, that's what you want if you're an S2 defender. You want your keeper coming out confidently taking that catch.
And when you hear that shout, keeper, you just think, oh, that's good. And he comes and gets it like that, it takes a lot of pressure off.
Best keeper you ever played with?
Peter Shilton.
There's a name, if you're not familiar with Peter Shilton.
The best goalkeeper ever.
Played for England. Here's Ray Sorry. England have safely qualified for the World Cup, and the United States did themselves absolutely no harm at all with a convincing 4-0 win over Panama last night. The next World Cup just around the corner now, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Won't be long.
I look forward to that. But England didn't play that well. They snuck it right at the last minute. But as you say, it doesn't matter how, it's if. And they got the result, and that's all that matters.
And all that matters at the moment in terms of the Roughnecks.
They've got to see this half out now, the Roughnecks, and don't do anything silly.
Yeah, 4 minutes to go, 1-0 up.
Yeah.
But there's hope for S2 fans tuning into this, because the Rave Green have knocked this ball around, and they've a very impressive outfit. As we alluded to, they should be fresh. I mean, they've had a long journey to get here, but haven't played since September the 20th, so they were raring to go on shore. And they have Swope Park on Wednesday, and then OKC next Sunday.
Well, they just look like they've, man for man, they're a little bit quicker, athletically, you know. So that's what's causing the Roughnecks a little bit of problem. Just got to close them down earlier so they can't use their athletic ability.
Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com.
I thought that was a corner.
What's the referee given here?
The linesman gave a goal kick, I think, and the referee's give a corner.
I think he's given, yeah, you're absolutely right, Steve. And across goes Juan Pablo Caffa.
My eyes aren't that bad. That's got to be 70, 80 yards away.
I told you earlier on the commentary, my friend, they're better than mine. Here's Caffa's corner into the box. Ooh. There's a header from Bradley Bouchoir, who heads it back out to Caffa. Swing it ball in from Caffa, headed away. Keeper was nearly on top of that. And there is now
what's happened there?
A foul, and it's Ugarte who's down. Picks himself up. I think he got a blow to the head. The USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting www.uslsoccer.com and follow them on Twitter @USL. Kobe Smith, the trainer, on there with Ugarte. Here's the replay, and there is an arm coming in to the side of Ugarte's face there from Tony Alfaro. No free kick. I think the referee's going to drop the ball, and I think Christian Tillier's going to step in and play it back to the keeper. And he does. So we're in the last minute of normal time in this first half, and the Roughnecks leading by a 1-0.
Ugarte's back on now.
Ugarte, yeah. Levin just stepped in at the back to cover. Ugarte back on, as you say, Steve.
They're getting too much space in the middle of the park. That's better. That's better.
That was Brady Ballou. Calistri
threading
a ball through to Tier. Ballou is wide on the left here. Ballou clips the ball in, looking for Caffa. Good head away. And here's Wingo to bring it out for S2, but in steps Ugarte. And his ball is into no man's land, and Ulysses can come away with this one for S2. Tulsa won the game in Seattle, 1-0 back on August the 30th. That was courtesy of a rare Francisco Ugarte goal. And head-to-head, Tulsa leads the series 4-0. Here's Calistri,
no.
but he's given that one away. Narbonne takes over in the middle. And here's Nanasinka to Ulysses. Infield to Narbonne. And now to the far side. Here's Ray Sari getting involved. Threaded ball down the left-hand side.
One the back stick, yeah. No.
And that one will be Fabian Surdis. And another man goes down inside the box. A collision off the ball. And the referee will have to stop proceedings again. Case and Associates is your home for the Roughnecks when they are not on the pitch. Look to Case for all of your apartment needs at caseusa.com. Well, a chance for the two coaches, Steve Earle, to get to group as we got yet another foul, and the referee, Jose Lara, is just going across to his assistant there to check if there was anything sinister going on with arms flailing inside the box. The man who's down is Zach Mathers, who actually is the top goal scorer. Here's the replay. We'll see, Steve, if we can pick anything up on the replay. There's the ball into the box, and I think that's just an innocuous collision, to be honest with you.
Didn't see any elbows flying there.
No, Colin Fernandez was the man, the Roughnecks man involved. Mathers, it seems to be okay. Just checking if there's any blood from his face, and there's not, but we've seen a couple of collisions. Ugarte at the other end. Mathers now, well, maybe there is a bit of blood, and he'll have to leave the field, of course. And now the referee is going to bring somebody over here, maybe on the advice of the assistant. Colin Fernandez has already had a yellow card, and now the referee is talking to Ugarte's involved as well, and it is a second yellow, and he sent Colin Fernandez off. The Roughnecks will play the rest of this game with 10 men. Now, I don't know whether we can get another look at that. Colin Fernandez can't believe it. It was on the advice of the assistant referee. Colin Fernandez, 2 yellow cards, he leaves the field. And the Chicago loanee shakes his head, and no doubt we'll just try and have a word with the assistant here. And now the referee, Mr. Lara, is coming across to the same assistant, and Juan Pablo Caffer is the captain, and he's pointed to the captain's armband saying, can you involve me please in the conversation? Now Mr. Lara with some more sorting out to do here, and again on the advice of the assistant referee, Mr. Lara now, as Colin Fernandez leaves the field. Mr. Lara, will there be any more cards here? An untidy end to this first half. Another conversation with the referee and the linesman. Here's the incident again, Steve. Now we'll look at the bottom of your screen here. Does Colin Fernandez block off Mathers there deliberately? Well,
you do that. Blocking off is as long as you don't throw an elbow, it shouldn't be. It should be a foul maybe, but not a yellow card.
And now he's bringing across another player. And Jose Lara here, who's he talking to here?
Number 5.
Well, Jonathan Levin, you're right, is the number 5. Now, what's the referee? Was it something he said? We're all trying to work this out. We'll bring it to you best we can. There's a pat on the back for the referee from Levin. Kosuke Kimura's in there listening. Joey Calistri's asking what's going on. Juan Pablo Caffer, the captain, in there as well. And now Mathers, the man who got hit in the face, is asking the referee what's going on as well. And we're just seeing what the referee's doing here. Which player is going to receive a card, if any? And I'm not sure anybody did they?
No, don't look
Steve,
like
after all that, I think he's saying to Mathers is okay.
And he's giving them a free kick.
It is a free kick. So Colin Fernandez blocked off Mathers. Mathers is okay. Fernandez.
That's a good position for a free kick, this.
Roughnecks down to 10 men. They lead by a goal to nil. And it will be Mathers, the top goal scorer, who will presumably hit this right-footed on frame. Referee blows his whistle. Here's Mathers. Oh, and he hits the bar with the keeper beaten.
Good eye, goalie.
Well, Mathers did that against Arizona at home on the 20th of September. And now he's fouled Juan Pablo Caffer, and he quickly picks him up. But that was a great, great effort from the free kick. And we'll get a look at the replay, and Steve Earle can take you through that, because he really struck that well with the keeper beaten, Steve. Well, here's the incident. Well, that's the incident just after the free kick. There's Mathers pulling down Caffer, free kick. But we might get to see the free kick again in a moment. It's certainly a brilliantly struck free kick, Steve, and the keeper was beaten. So seconds away from half-time as Serda clears the ball up towards Tier Young. That's away. And it's going to be a throw-in to the Roughnecks. And Kosuke Kimura is going to stay back and leave this for Joey Calistri. Calistri throws it down the line, looking for the blonde head of Christian Tier Young. Ulysses with a tackle. And in all the excitement, I didn't see the board come up. Here's the free kick, Steve Earle.
Yeah, he bent it around the wall. The goalkeeper says, yeah, I had that covered.
Well, Mathers couldn't have hit it any better, could he? Apart from, you know, a couple of inches lower, and it would have been 1-1. As it is, the Roughnecks still have the lead 1-0. But you've got to be impressed with the way S2 have approached this game. Mathematically out of the playoffs, and the referee says that will be the end of the first half. The Roughnecks are down to 10 men. It's been full of incident. We'll have the half-time highlights in a few minutes, but Steve, you're sort of summing up thoughts from both teams' point of view. What have you seen?
Well, I think Seattle's come here with the right attitude. They've got nothing to lose. They're playing, playing off the cuff a little bit. Players getting it down, seem to be enjoying themselves, running at the Roughnecks. But I think the Roughnecks have given them far too much space. Their best line of attack at the moment has been from the goalkeeper's kicks. I think we need to change it up a little bit. Maybe bring a big centre forward on that can stand up there on his own and maybe play some balls in off of him, and have the quicker midfield players joining in. But at the moment, you've got, it seems to me, one defensive midfield player and two attacking midfield players, and the other team's getting the ball and running 2 against 1 against the defensive midfield players, and it's suicide, really.
How does David Vaudreuil, who we're going to hear from in a moment, approach the second half with 10 men, Steve?
Well, I think he's glad that they're winning 1-0, but I think he's got to make some adjustments in the middle of the park and not allow the other team to pick the ball up and run at us. I don't know, the players, I need a little bit more defensively in the middle of the park, maybe, and maybe have one striker up front that will maybe bring the big guy on to win some balls in the air and hold it up and let other players join in.
Well, we're hoping that we can join Justin Gorski down there with Coach Vaudreuil. And let's send it down to Justin now, who is standing by with Coach Vaudreuil.
Talk about that vision by Serda to hit Calistri on the run there and then to Tier Young. That was an amazing goal right there.
Yeah, we talked about it before the game. We wanted to try and get them early, try and go to the side that Juan's on, or whichever 2 guys are there, because they've got a lot of speed and we knew we could get behind. So a real good execution on Fabian's part, and glad we got the goal. But now we have to adjust and tactically make sure that we're good defensively and still try and catch a goal, whether it's a set piece or a counterattack. But we got a long way to go and manage the game.
Absolutely, Coach. I know you need to get there to the guys, so thank you very much, Coach. Good luck the second half. Dave, we'll send it back up to you guys.
Well, that's Coach Vaudreuil there with his thoughts on his team's performance in the first half. They will have to play the second half with 10 men because Colin Fernandez was sent off. And Steve Earle, you know, you just have to try a little bit harder if you've got 10 men rather than 11, I guess.
Well, it's going to wear on the players, and I thought they looked a bit tired, some of the players in the first half, so he may bring some fresh legs on to soar up the middle of the park. But you can't keep letting the fullbacks come forward and the midfield players run it and hope to get away with it.
Okay, well, we will take a break now. An eventful first half. Christian Young's goal on 14 minutes separates the two sides. We'll be back with your halftime highlights and more in just a few moments. Half here then is Tulsa Roughnecks 1, S2 0.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can.
Get someone the cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can.
Intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation.
America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
As we enter the final 2 weeks of the 2017 USL regular season, the playoff race is coming down to the wire. In one of the final games of Week 28, the Charleston Battery claimed the point they needed to clinch a spot in the postseason through Evio Cordova's late equalizer, which earned a 1-1 draw at Ottawa Fury FC. Another sellout crowd at Papa Murphy's Park of 11,569 fans saw Sacramento Republic FC close out its home slate on a high note Saturday night with a 2-0 victory that ended Phoenix Rising FC's 11-game undefeated streak. With the win, Republic FC now needs just 1 point to claim a 4th consecutive trip to the USL Cup Playoffs. At the top of the Western Conference, Real Monarchs SLC struck early in the second half and twice before the final whistle on the road to down Reno 1868 FC 3-0 to put one hand on the USL regular season championship. 1 more point is all that's needed for the Monarchs to claim the first silverware in their history. One of the scorers for the Monarchs in Reno was Chandler Hoffman, who is again firmly in the middle of the race for the USL Golden Boot with 16 goals this season. Everyone is still chasing Reno 1868 FC's Dane Kelly, though, as the Jamaican continues to lead the way with 18 goals in what looks now like a 3-player race that also features Hoffman and the Charlotte Independence's Enzo Martinez, who also sits on 16 goals. With 2 games remaining for all 3 players, the award remains up for grabs as the regular season nears its conclusion. For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Your Tulsa Roughnecks FC continued their playoff preparation next Saturday, October 14th at ONEOK Field as the Roughnecks host the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC in the final regular season match of 2017. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. and all you soccer players wearing their jerseys can purchase $5 tickets in any section. Plus, it's Buck Night featuring dollar hot dogs, beer, and popcorn starting at 5 p.m. in the new Busch Scoreboard Ball. Catch the action on Coffee Review Channel 1334 or visit roughnexfc.com to buy and print your tickets from.
Well, welcome back in here to halftime here at ONEOK Field in downtown Tulsa, where the Roughnecks have a very slender lead, a 1-0 win A 1-0 lead, I should say, over S2. But alongside me, Steve Earle, a former Tulsa Roughneck, as you can see on your screen there. And Steve, you know, you've been an assistant manager with the Roughnecks way back 1983, wasn't it, when you won that bowl?
Yeah.
Can you still remember good days about that?
Yeah, it was an interesting season. You know, we won the whole deal. Look at me there. We won the deal, and a month after it folded. So, but it was a great experience. We weren't expected to. We were the underdogs, and came back with a win.
Tulsa 2, Toronto 0, way back in 1983, the Soccer Bowl. And alongside me, as I said, is Steve Earle tonight. Dave Saunders with you here in the half-time. And, you know, Steve, the third year of the new Tulsa Roughnecks franchise, and a really good chance now for the Roughnecks to be in the playoffs for the first time in 3 years.
Yeah, you know, as I said before the game, the coach would have gone for having 3 games to play and just 1 win in 3 games. Now it's even better. He'd have settled for being 1-0 up at half-time. But I think they've got to play a little bit better than they've been playing the first half.
And of course, we'll get to the highlights in a moment. They're down to 10 men. But as we've said in the commentary, sometimes, you know, when you're this close to the playoffs, really, you just want the result, and how it comes, it might not be the prettiest, but you just want those 3 points.
No, it's not how you do it, it's if you do it. And regardless, like look at the England game yesterday, they were struggling, and they've got the winner in the 90th minute. So it doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you get there. And then it's a clean slate, and they, you know, just like the old Roughnecks, we weren't expected to get as far as we did. And because I always remember in Fort Lauderdale, we're losing 2-0, and we come back and beat them 4-2. It was an absolute miracle.
Steve, let's credit the opposition, S2. They've knocked it around pretty well.
They look useful unit. They've got some pace. That's the biggest difference I've seen. They've got pace on the ball. They've got people that can run with the ball, and you know, they've caused major problems. Like, you know, especially in the middle of the park, they're getting allowed to turn and coming at us, and you can't do that. You've got to get 2 people marking up tight in the middle of the park, and stop them from doing that. Because going the other way, most effective at that has been from the goalkeeper's kicks.
Well, let's have a look at those first half highlights, because it was S2 that got us underway, Steve. And here they are. And Fabian Serda was tested here. Well, kind of. He comes out and punches the ball out, and here is the overhead kick, which is just over. Difficult skill, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very difficult. Yeah.
But Serda did well there, didn't he? He got injured as well.
He did, yeah. I like him. He's got fantastic kicking ability.
Here's Chenkum, the striker again.
See how far the defence is turning around. Shouldn't be allowed to do that.
And then just off target with that one. Perhaps could have done better, Chenkum, there.
Yeah, he done the hard bit.
Now, here's the goal. And what about this for an assist, Steve?
What's the defender doing there?
And there's
wonderful cross. I'm sure he meant the cross as well. I don't think it was a shot. And he done well to follow in.
Yeah, here's another view at it. And there's Calistri.
Good pass, yeah.
But Christian Tier-Young on 14 minutes, his 3rd goal of the season. He was overjoyed with that one. Another assist from Joey Calistri. Here's another look at the same goal, and from a difficult angle, Steve.
Very, very difficult. He had to hit it first time. He couldn't do anything else, and he squeezed it in that near post.
Then there was a save here from Fabian Serda here from Ray Surrey. An easy save. You'd expect your keeper to make that one.
Correct, yeah.
And then we had the shenanigans at the end of the first half. Here, just at the right-hand side of your screen there, Colin Fernandez had already been booked. On the advice of the linesman, the referee, Jose Lara, has shown him a 2nd yellow card.
I'd like to have seen where the referee was with regards to that situation, because the linesman's a long way away. And it didn't look like he threw an elbow or anything to me. But from where we are, we couldn't really see.
No, it was a difficult one for us to see, but the Roughnecks have the slender lead at half-time. They lead by a 1-0, but we were down to 10 men. It's not going to be easy, Stephen, and we credit the opposition again, who've got nothing to play for in terms of the playoff. They're going to come out and play in the second half.
Yeah, they look fresher than the Roughnecks, maybe because they haven't played for a few weeks. But now the Roughnecks have really got to dig in and see this game through, you know, and depending on what the manager does, the coach does, he's going to have to, you know, he's playing with 1 man up now with 11, so I think he's still got to keep an outlet man and then maybe bring the midfield in tight through the middle, make them go down the outsides, because I think the goalkeeper can come and get all the crosses.
That's the former assistant Tulsa Roughnecks coach Steve Earle with his advice for the current coach Dave Vaudreuil. Can the Roughnecks get the 3 points they need to go into the playoffs? We'll take a break now, and then we'll be back with your second half very soon.
Roughnecks FC continued their playoff preparation next Saturday, October 14th at ONEOK Field as the Roughnecks host the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC in the final regular season match of 2017. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. and all you soccer players wearing their jerseys can purchase $5 tickets in any section. Plus, it's Buck Night featuring dollar hot dogs, beer, and popcorn starting at 5 p.m. in the new Bush Scoreboard Bar. Catch the action on Coffee Review Channel 1334 or visit roughnecksfc.com to buy and print your tickets from home.
Little help. Brad, are you watching?
Nothing comes before coffee.
Dude, are you mad at me?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe.
Be a part of the Pop and Vod Show with Jeremy Poplin and Coach David Vaudreuil on Facebook. For the first time, you have a chance to be part of the show here live at ONEOK Field on Wednesday, October 11th. Fans of all ages are welcome to come and meet the players for autographs and photos, watch the Pop and Vod Show in person, and stay after for a Q&A session hosted by Jeremy Poplin. There will be drinks, giveaways, and more. Doors open at 6 o'clock on Wednesday, October 11th. Come support your Tulsa Roughnecks as they push towards the playoffs.
Welcome back here to ONEOK Field, where the Roughnecks players are back out on the surface. They need the game to stay at least like this, and they will be in the playoffs for sure. But alongside me is Steve Earle as we look at Kosuke Kimura and Juan Pablo Caffa, the captain. Steve, down to 10 men, up against a pretty good S2 team. This is not going to be an easy ride in this next 45 minutes, sir.
No, I think the first 15 minutes is going to be vitally important, that they don't give anything away and they bunker in a little bit, but don't just relieve the ball. Try and play as well. You know, they've got to keep possession of the ball in certain areas, but I think the other team's weaker on the outside still. And if the worst comes to the worst, just turn the team round and take a breather that way, you know.
There's Juan Pablo Caffa, the captain, a lot of responsibility now on his shoulders. Steve, when you play a 4-2-3-1 and you're down to 10 men, I'm assuming that we would go to a 4-4-1. I would suggest, Tulsa.
Yeah, you could go 3 than 1 and play a little bit more defensive in front of the back four. That might work. It just depends on what they show you, like, you know. But we know they've got some pace, so you either got to close them down early and stay with them, or drop off and make it difficult, so they're going to have to play through bodies.
We didn't have it in the highlights, but Mathers hit a wonderful free kick that hit the bar with Serda beaten. It could easily have been 1-1 at half-time, Steve.
Yeah, that was a great position for a free kick. We don't want to be giving free kicks around, 20 yards out, because in that distance they can get it around the wall, over the wall, cause the goalkeeper all sorts of problems.
There's Henry Wingo there in shot, and he had a couple of good runs down the left-hand side. Looks a dangerous player.
Quick, very quick.
Yeah, and that's what they've got, the speed, isn't it? And there's Mathers, who had the free kick, the top goal scorer on 10 goals. Again, he hit the bar against Arizona. He's hit the bar tonight, and he's just having a little chat with the referee there. He was the man involved with the second yellow card for Colin Fernandez. Now a substitution. Corrales is on, the left back, the number 13, there he is. He's had a great season, of course just earned his contract with the Chicago Fire next year, but he's spending the rest of the season with the Roughnecks, and he comes on as a half-time substitute for Kosuke Kimura, who is, excuse me, it's not Kimura. Kimura is still on the field, so we'll work out who that is. Brady Ballou has gone off, of course, and so Kosuke will line up kind of on the left-hand side, and it is, as I thought, Steve, it looks to me like a 4-4-1.
Yeah. With
Caffa up front on his own tee. Young's dropped back into midfield.
Well, the thing is, Caffa up front, when the ball comes up to him, he's got to try and hold it up and bring the midfield into the game. which is not easy because he's going to be surrounded by maybe two defenders. But if he's got good enough skill, I think that he can get the ball down, get a few free kicks maybe, and go on like that.
But if you're the coach of S2, Coach Eric Hendrickson, excuse me, you'd now probably want to go 3 at the back, and I think that's possibly what they're going to do, and they're going to push the left and the right back on Ulysses and White.
Yeah. And what let's see, the front man for the Roughnecks has got to push on. If they play 3, he pushes on and make 2 of them marking.
Right. It's the voice of Steve Earle, the former Fulham and Leicester City man, and a former Tulsa Roughneck, joining me, Dave Saunders, here in the commentary box for the game, which the Roughnecks need to win for sure to be in the playoffs. S2, well, they're trying to win their first game in 5. But they've acquitted themselves extremely well here in Tulsa. It's Wingo. He's been impressive all night.
He's caused us problems.
Yeah, he's a good player. Narbonne now switching the ball out to the right-hand side. S2, patient build-up. Ulysses there up from right back. He'll be pushing on in the second half. Tulsa down to 10 men. It's Ray Sari switching the ball to the left-hand side, or attempting to. Clever dummy from Jaime Ayala goes away for a goal kick. And Steve, you'd expect S2 to have the lion's share of possession again.
You don't mind them having possession at the back here. When they've got 4 at the back and they're playing it across the back, you can let them have it there. But when they knock it forward, that's when you've got to close them down and deny the space. You don't want the front man chasing in between 4 people, just, you know, but you can't let them come out either. You've got to close them down sooner or later.
Strong header away from Alfaro.
There's 4 against 2 there, and they still come out with the ball.
And they have plenty of space here in the centre circle. Here's Ray Sari.
Well done.
Nana Sinker involved, but it's cut out.
Oh, that's a good ball.
And that's Corrales there, just trying to find Cava, but it's too much for him. And the ball will go all the way through to the goalkeeper. Tyler Miller couldn't have stopped the goal on 14 minutes. Good finish from T. Young from close in. Hasn't really had another save to make on the night. Narbonne to the left-hand side, brings in White. Alfaro into the area. Player goes tumbling. Ugarte.
That was better defending.
With him. Yeah, Ugarte was sticking to him there. But nothing doing. The referee, in fact, is going to show a yellow card, I think. Yeah, he is. He's going to show a yellow card, presumably, for a little bit of diving there.
Yeah.
So into the book goes Felix Chenka, who's had the 2 best opportunities, you'd say, for S2. But he gets a yellow card. So the untidiness of the game continues. Ball headed away. And that is a loose ball out on the left-hand side. And it's going to be a throw-in for Ulysses, the right back for S2. Alfaro crosses the halfway line, brings in White. White wearing 96. There's Bradley Bourgeois doing well there to get the ball back to Fabian Serda, who clears up into the night sky, but only as far as Alfaro. And Steve was alluding to it, the Roughnecks need to have somebody who can hold the ball up front.
Yeah, he's got to get service. He's got to get decent service. He's not going to get those balls coming down from, like, with snow on them. He's got to, they've got to drive it into his feet and just hold him up, you know, see if he can hold it up for a while. He's got good feet. I think he can.
Roughnecks are about to make another substitution. There's Narbonne trying to get the ball through. Does to White. White across the area. Where's this going to end up in the end? It's a skewed clearance from Kosuke Kimura. And just for a moment, 6s and 7s at the back, Steve.
Yeah, that was a good ball. The guy sold himself there and got down the left-hand side and hit a good ball across. Fortunately, we cleared it.
And it is a corner. And the corner is going to be taken by Zach Mathers. To the far side. Back to Sari. Ray Sari now bringing in his central partner, Francisco Narbonne, born in Panama City. Ulysses, the Haitian.
Stay with that runner.
And here's Sari having to backtrack a little bit here, Ray Sari. Clips the ball to this left-hand side. White, Mathers. And Ugarte will clear the ball from inside the Roughnecks area. Kafa just keeps it in. Can't get past Alfaro. Is Sari. Good possession football again being played by S2. Alfaro. Is Wingo. Wingo now onto his right foot. Thought about a shot. Under pressure from Tia Young. Now there is a shot. Blocked by the Roughnecks defence. And in the end, it's going to go harmlessly out for a goal kick. And the Roughnecks will make a substitution. And this will be like for like. Francisco Ugarte is going to make way for Madamu Jadama. Ugarte, who's on a yellow card. I think that's probably the thinking there, Steve, that you've got a central defender on a yellow card. Let's bring on another central defender. And we don't want to risk going down to 9 men.
That's right. Because, you know, a touch of the referee is a little bit, just got to be very careful.
So, Jadama comes on.
Looks like he's got some size as well.
Modu Jadama has been a bit of a stalwart. There haven't been many games that he hasn't started this season. And him and Bradley Bouchoir have been the preferred centre-back pairing for Coach Vaudreuil. Is White for S2. Narbo. Sari. Clipping the ball to that right-hand side for the right-back Ulysses. Under pressure, though, from Kosuke Kimura, who's doing a job on the left-hand side.
It's good defending now.
Corrales and Kimura. Both full-backs playing on that left-hand side for the Roughnecks now. We're having to dig in a little bit here. If you're just joining us, Colin Fernandez received a yellow card in the first half, then a second yellow card in an untidy end to the first half. So he has been sent off, and the Roughnecks playing this half with 10 men. One-nil, the Roughnecks lead. Goal from Christian Tia-Young on 14 minutes. Here's Alfaro to Ray Sari, who's seen plenty of the ball in this game. Nana Sinkum now coming forward. S2 are certainly playing with 3 at the back now. That's a header away from Christian Tia-Young. He started the game as the lone striker for the Roughnecks. He's now playing a deep midfield role. All hands to the pump for the Oklahoma side. Here's Narbonne again. Out to Wingo. Wingo now infield to Sari. Sari to Mathers. Ulysses with the cross into the box. It's over everybody and away for a corner off Joey Calistri. And now we're going to see an introductory substitution. And the man to make way was Shandon Hopu. And on comes Charles Renken, wearing 78. Mathers with the corner from the left-hand side. Towards the near post, headed away. Cushioned down by Sari.
Well done.
And that's good defending from Tia-Young, because he's pushed Renken wide on the right-hand side. And Jaime Ayala can clear the danger, but back to S2, who's now creeping towards 70% to 30% possession. Here's Mathers. Doesn't go between two, and there's Levin clearing the ball, but only as far as White. White infield to Sari. Sari now goes from centre to the right-hand side. Back to the middle is Francisco Nabo. Nabo now will clip a ball towards the left-hand side, headed away by Jaime Ayala. And for all the pressure, Steve, the Roughnecks are standing up to it pretty well.
Yeah, they're challenging well around the edge of the box. I think they can let them have the ball a little bit when it's halfway line. But once they pick up around 30 yards out, they've got to stay with their men. Because once they start getting the ball out wide and putting crosses in, you've got to stay with men.
Long ball forward from the Roughnecks. Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nikesoccer.com. Is White infield to Sari. Narbonne, the Sari and Narbonne combination, getting a lot of the ball, but that's overhit. I guess if you coach Vodril, you just say, okay, we'll keep it like this. We'll soak up the pressure.
Well, that's all you can do at the moment, because they're not having any luck getting out. They have just do. As soon as it gets to this position, like 20, 30, 40 yards out, they've got to pick up and stay with a man and just fight around the edge of the box. Close, start closing this guy down as he's going to hit one.
Yeah, Nabo shot spilled by the keeper, Serda, but he'll take his time. And I guess if you coach Hendrickson from S2, you're thinking more of the same. We've got to keep probing, keep knocking on the door.
Patience, patience, patience for them. Let's keep it working, but I think it's got to be, if you can close them down within 30 yards and they can force them to hit long shots, I think the goalkeeper's capable of saving those.
Thank you for your company here on YouTube, but also Cox Your View channel 1334. Welcome to downtown Tulsa, where it's Tulsa Roughnecks 1, Seattle Sounders 2-0. But it's Seattle who've had the lion's share of possession in this second half, in fact the whole game. And are about to make another substitution as well. We'll see what Coach Hendrickson's got up his sleeve. Tony Alfaro there forward, but that's going to be Jaime Ayala. He can go back to Serda. Serda will clear hurriedly. Coach Eriksson, who made 139 appearances for LA Galaxy in his playing career in the MLS between 97 and 2003. Here's Narbonne towards the left-hand side, but that's too much for Wingo, and it will be the substitution. So a break for the Tulsa Roughnecks. Lorenzo Ramos, is coming on for Narbonne in just a few moments, we think. Here's Sari to Narbonne. Narbonne looks around, finds Mathers. Rankin. Narbonne, Sari was caught there. Gets up and gets on with it. The Roughnecks just can't put a couple of passes together, can they, at the moment? Because it's all green at the moment. Now Tia Young steps in, but he's got nowhere to go. He has to just belt the ball away at the left-hand side, and there will be that substitution now. So off goes Francisco Narbonne, and on comes Lorenzo Ramos. So we'll see what S2 have got up their sleeve here. It looks like at the moment a like for like. Ramos will go in alongside Ray Sari. Here's White. Back to the hard-working Alfaro. Bringing in Nana Sinkov, the two centre-backs. Joining in well inside the Roughnecks half.
That looked offside to me there. The linesman was nowhere in position to see.
Play on we go. Now, Levin gets it, but then just has to belt it out. And you just want someone to put their foot on the ball and hold it up if you're a Roughnecks fan, Steve Earle.
It's difficult when you haven't got a front man, anyone up front to play it out to.
That's good play from S2. Really are knocking on the door now. Ball to the far end is away, and Joey Calistri will see that one out.
I think what he's trying to do, the coach, is make sure they're solid in the middle, and if they only want, just let them make crosses, which will be less danger than letting them run with the ball through the middle. So hopefully that plan works.
Well, Moji Chajama and Bradley Boucher are saying, come on, lads, let's push up a little bit here if you're in a grey shirt.
Yeah.
There's Fabian Serda to the left-hand side. Underneath this is Kaffa, beaten in the air well by Nanasinkum. Levin gets some kind of a challenge in, but away come S2, and they've got an overlapping run here with Wingo here. He can feed him White. Wingo himself, though, has the ball, tries to go round one.
Well done, defender, well done.
That's good play, and in the end, Jaime Ayala goes down, and he will lie on the turf. They give the Roughnecks a little break. Wingo's not happy. He's been dangerous all night. In fact, it's Joey Calistri. No, it is Jaime Ayala there. Pulls his socks up. He's okay. Talking of Calistri, he's playing just in front of them. Those two bearded players playing on the right-hand side. Calistri's not really had much of a touch of the football in the second half. And then you want your playmaker on the ball, Juan Pablo Caffa, and he's just not had the ball to his feet at all, Steve.
Too many bodies in there. He hasn't had any space.
And that one's out. Throw in for Steve White. Throws it infield to Alfaro. Forward they come again in the shape of Nanasinkum.
All right, they've got a good shape now, the Roughnecks. They've got that back five.
Yeah, it is a line of five, isn't it? Hard to break down. That's S2's job now, if they want to get back into this and get something out of the game. They trail by a goal to nil. Christian Young's third of the season on 14 minutes, separating the two sides.
People at the back got to be real honest. They've got to stay with their runners. They can't just switch off, because the one time you switch off is when the other team scores.
Centre-back's getting involved now. Here's Sari, though, central midfield. Mathers threading the ball through to Sari, gets it back. Mathers now, grey shirts in front of him.
That's good defending. Oh, and now you go.
And then Wingo only found the right foot of Christian Tio. Nanasinkum up from the back.
This is what it's going to be like, I think, for the rest of the game. They're not going to have opportunities to break forward too much. Handball, no.
Chested down by Sari. Well, handball, says the referee. The USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting www.uslsoccer.com and follow them on Twitter @USL. Here's Serda then with the free kick, and that's an easy, unchallenged header back to keeper Miller. Here's White feeding in Wingo. Ray Sari driving a ball towards the right-hand side. Defender heads it back. Has Fabian Serda kept that in? No, he hasn't, says the AR. And that will be a corner to S2. Well, keeper and defender were upset about that one. Mathers says, I'll take the ball for S2 and go and take the corner. We might get another look at that one in a minute, but here's Mathers wanting to get on with it. From the right. Holds his left arm aloft here, clips a right-footed ball into the box. It's over everybody, including Corrales, and that will be kept in by White.
Cover him.
Here's Renken's ball, and that's tipped in on top of the net by Fabian Serdu. Had to be alert there. That was good play from Renken, Steve, and they really are knocking on the door, S2 here.
Yeah, it's going to be like that for the rest of the game, I think. You can't leave Does it Wingo one-on-one with anybody? Because he's too quick.
Yeah, he's very quick.
Double cover him.
There's the ball into the box, headed out.
Well done.
Back to the corner taker.
Now pick up in the middle. There we
There's
go.
a
That's all right.
ball in, and
That's
that's
all right.
over the top. And we look at our stats, and we can see possession now is in favour, 72% to 28 in favour of the away side. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check uslsoccer.com for dates and times.
Don't let it bounce.
There's Bouchois. And there's Jaime Ayala belting the ball up into the night sky. There's Levin heading it on up to Calistri. Chance for Calistri to turn. Hold the ball up for the Roughnecks. Who's he got in support? He finds Kaffa. Kaffa's now got Corrales running up from left back. Corrales taking some time now. Getting harassed from the back there, but still has it.
That's a good ball.
Over the top. It was nearly a good ball when he first struck it, Steve, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Harmlessly through to the keeper. So a rare forage forward there from the home side. And here is Ramos, one of 3 second-half substitutes for S2. Brings in Alfaro, and the 2 centre-backs now for S2 are able to really push forward. No point in holding back and marking no one. And here's Nala Sinkham. We'll play the ball back here to Ramos. Ramos to Surrey. Surrey, trying to get a 1-2 going with...
well done. Well done.
And the referee says there was a foul there. And we'll see who that is. Somebody got an arm in the back of the neck. I think it was Mathers involved there. It's Jonathan Levin who's down, the midfielder. Levin, who's adjusted to life pretty well in the Tulsa Roughnecks side, playing in that central 2. Started the game with Colin Fernandez, who's received 2 yellow cards tonight. The Roughnecks playing with 10 men. 68 minutes gone, and it's the home side who have the slender lead, 1-0.
When the goalkeeper's taking this kick, look at all the space this side here. If someone just makes that run on the outside,
Calistri
gone the other way.
It's gone the other way.
At least he could get it down and maybe hold the ball up and join in. There we go.
Corrales heading it forward to Juan Pablo Cafo. Tries to go around the defender. He's forced the defender, Ulysses, into the corner, and it comes off Cafo, and that's going to be a goal kick. But good pressure from the captain. Excuse me. It's a throw-in right in the corner. Alfaro to White, who crosses the halfway line, feeds the ball inside to the dangerous Henry Wingo. Wingo now threading it forward to White. Out comes keeper Serda. Offside, says the assistant on the far side. And just for a moment, Steve.
Yeah.
Heart and mouth time if you're a Roughnecks fan.
Yeah, it was close. The goalkeeper did well. I don't think he would have. He came out and was going to smother it, I think.
Here's the ball forward, and I think you can see from our replay there that White was just offside. Tulsa are 9-5-0 at home this season. No draws, just 9 wins and 5 losses. The last loss here came last week against San Antonio in a hard-fought game. San Antonio have already booked their place in the playoffs. The Roughnecks trying to do the same. Orange County, Colorado, still have a bit of a say in proceedings. Now White's pulled Caffer down. White's saying he didn't do anything.
It's a good opportunity here. Deliver a good ball.
Well, there's the man who can do it. And that's Juan Pablo Caffa. Here's the throw. There's Caffa with White in your screen. And there's White just manhandling the Argentinian captain down. Caffa pointing out where he wants everybody. 3 grey shirts inside the box. A 2-man S2 wall. The grey Rave Green have to defend. There's Caffa's ball. Yeah, it's over everybody, and that will go away harmlessly on the far side for a throw in to S2, who are still very much in this game. Seattle can improve to 10th place with 99 wins, with 3 wins, excuse me, but they are out of the playoffs. So no pressure on them, and they're really taking this game to the Roughnecks. Here's Sari. Seattle are going to make another substitution in a minute. So coach Hendrickson doing everything he can with his team to get back in this one.
Defending there, well done.
Yeah, defending, they have to stay alert. It's a matter of concentration, Steve, isn't it, for the Roughnecks defence?
Yeah, even when you're dog-tired, but you just got to hang in there. And then the defender did very well there.
Well, Felix Chenkum is coming off, and on comes the fresh legs of Javon Stevens. So the coach is doing, as I said, Steve, his bit. He's bringing on his fresh legs.
That's right.
And they really are throwing everything at Tulsa. But at the moment, if you're the Tulsa coach, David Vaudreuil, you're saying, keep going, lads, you're defending really well. Now Caffa's gone down, and there'll be a card coming out here. And the card...
I think the Roughnecks, when they get the ball, Seattle get the ball out wide and they start putting crosses, I think the defenders and the Roughnecks can handle those balls better than they can if the guys are running at them. Like, you know, crosses they can handle a bit better than, say, Wingo gets the ball and he's running at people. It's a different story.
Nana Sinkum, it becomes the 3rd S2 player to receive a yellow card. Here it is. There's the attempted header, and he goes into the back of Juan Pablo Caffa. Yeah. And that's a yellow card. Roughnecks will make another substitution. And Christian T. Young, who got the goal way back in the 14th minute, seems a very long time ago now, will make way for Joachim Rivas. Somewhat of a like-for-like, although you'd probably say with the where that Tia Young was playing in this second half, Rivas might be slightly more attacking. Because the Roughnecks' point of view dearly love a second goal here with 16 minutes of the 90 to go. Here's Caffa's free kick into the box, and there's Bourgeois with a little clip, left-footed ball just wide of the target.
Yep.
Lovely floated ball in, Steve Earl.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. He got across in front of the defender, and just unfortunate didn't hit the target. But I think the sub in there was good, because I think that the one that was subbed out put in a good shift. It worked very hard, got the goal, and I think he deserves a rest.
Christian T. Young makes way for Joachim Rivas. Rivas, who's started many a game for the Roughnecks this season. Jadama getting involved, and then clearances by Levin all the way back to keeper Miller. So the Rave Green come forward again, looking to get something out of this game. Here's Sari. Back in Tulsa, Ray Sari.
Don't back off too far, guys.
And that's an attempted cross or a chip towards goal by Nana Sinkum, but easily saved. Here's Kaffer's free kick into the box, and you'll see Bradley Bourgeois there just with his left foot. Well, Kaffer thought it came off the defender. Bourgeois had his hands. He thought he'd scored, but it had just gone wide of the target. Court Furniture Rental makes the Roughnecks players feel at home while off the pitch. Court Furniture, there when you need it, and gone when you don't. Throw in to the Roughnecks.
That's a good throw. Oh,
wow. Juan
unlucky.
Pablo Café, that was a good throw, wasn't it? It just skipped off the turf.
He got the wrong side of the defender there, which is, or the right side of the defender.
Thumbs up from Café. Sari gets us to going again. Ulysses on the right-hand side, drifts over the halfway line. Back to Ramos. Ramos to Alfaro. Dummy from Sari. Ball ends up at the feet of Mathers. Mathers again now. What can he do? The man on 10 goals finds Sari. Alfaro right up from the back. Here's White, clip ball into the box, missed by the defender. And in the end, the ball is away. Bradley Bourgeois is picked up by Mathers. And the Roughnecks survive again, Steve.
Yeah, that was a little bit hairy, but they got the job done. And things are looking, I'm looking at the clock. I wish it would go a little bit quicker.
Yeah, 13 minutes to go. It's the voice of Steve Earle as the shot from outside the box is nothing for Fabian Serda to do. You must have played in a few games, my friend, when you were up against it, down to 10 men.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Eddie, to spring to mind?
I can't remember that far back, to be honest.
Fabian Serda will take the goal kick. Referee blows the whistle as if to say, come on, you've got to get on with it a little bit quicker. Here is Serda then clearing his lines.
I can remember playing before they had subs. It didn't matter how injured you are, you had to keep playing.
You had to keep playing,
They put you up at centre forward with an ankle about 3 times the size it should be. Just limp around.
That's where you always played, wasn't it, when you're injured?
Yeah, put you up front.
Go up front.
Yeah, get out the way.
Well, the Roughnecks are really digging in here. They lead by a goal to 0. And here with the throw-in is Corrales, who came on at the start of the second half in place of Brady Ballou.
It's been a gutsy performance the second half. Everybody's given everything they can.
Kimura just dispossessed there. He had an outlet in the shape of Joey Calistri, but just ran into a few green shirts. Here's Sari. Sari's had a good game for me in the middle of the midfield.
Yep.
There's a kind of a clearance from Levin. That's a good piece of play.
All right. Let him do that all day.
Yeah, well, that is the man that we alluded to just a few seconds ago. Ray Sari's pulled a few of the strings in the S2 midfield, but that one onto his left foot.
It's a little bit deceiving. They're getting so much space in the middle of the park because they've got the extra man that he's stroking the ball around under no pressure, really. But the end product is that they're getting the ball into the box and the Roughnecks are handling it quite well.
Ray Sari there. 4-year letterman at the University of Tulsa. Here in acres of space.
Let him have it there.
Here's Alfaro. Ramos brings in Navasinko, who's on a yellow card. Denzo Ulysses. Here's Sari again inside the centre circle. And the ball ends up at the feet of Tony Alfaro.
Don't let this guy have the ball.
There's Wingo, who we've picked out as one of the danger men. Likes to run at people. Had a ball on the field there just for a moment. Here's Sari scooping a ball up and over. Ball in to the box is headed away.
Oh, come on.
Juan Pablo Cuffin nearly got that one and would have been in some space if he had. Here's Alfaro again onto his right foot. Now back heel brings in White. White back to Alfaro. Little 1-2 exchange. Still, the Rave Green have possession. Left-footed ball into the box, away.
Well done.
The left foot of Corrales. Ramos's ball goes all the way through to Fabian Soda, who controls the ball and then picks it up under a little bit of pressure from Wingo.
Take your time now.
9 minutes to go, plus any stoppages.
Oof, that was nearly.
There's Calistri winning an important header there. Here's Levin trying to lift the ball over the top for Juan Pablo Cafu. He needs the ball to his feet. Now, here's Surrey once again, bringing in White. White, right-footed ball into the box, away.
Now go on, Ken. Go on,
Now here's Kaffa with the ball in space, and he keeps the ball in with his right foot, but he was just running out of field there. Kept the ball in, but he was running over the white line. Here's Alfaro. Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit nikesoccer.com. Still has to come forward, looking for an equaliser in this game. There's Wingo out to the right-hand side. Ball into the box is kind of kneed away by Jadama. And it's going to be a corner which Esther are in a hurry to take. And they might do a short corner here. Yes, they do. Ball into the box is untidily cleared away by the Roughnecks. A shot coming in is blocked by two defenders. Still it comes back with Tony Alfaro to the far post. Ball drops here to a Roughnecks player cleared away. There's Calistri back there helping out. Alfaro again, he's had so much of the football at his feet, especially in this second half. Centre back, Roughnecks playing with 10. Colin Fernandez sent off at the end of the first half, second yellow card. Still, the grey wall stands firm. Levin trying to get involved there, winning the ball back from Surrey. He does, and then belts the ball away. Anywhere will do from the Roughnecks. Still 7 minutes to go in this one, plus the injury time. Here's Wingo now with the ball centrally. Finds Surrey, he's just drifted a little bit out to the left. Brings in Alfaro again. Here's Surrey. Returns the favour to Alfaro. Left-footed ball, good one into the box, headed away by Corrales. But it goes straight to the greens again. There's Surrey's ball in. Here's Fabian Serda, who dives on the ball. Good goalkeeping, and that's what you want from your goalkeeper, Steve.
Yeah, put it up there. He's got that. It'll take a few more seconds off the clock.
Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. And also, don't forget, Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check uslsoccer.com for dates and times. Ball has drifted to the left-hand side.
Some tired puppies out there now.
Certainly are. Roughnecks in their grey shirts. Remember, New Balance is the official kit provided for your Tulsa Roughnecks. You can find all the latest official New Balance gear at the team shop located here at ONEOK Field. New Balance, proud kit supplier for your Roughnecks, as Juan Pablo Cafa ends up on the turf, and it'll be a free kick to the Roughnecks, and that's good, Steve.
That was a good foul
from the Roughnecks.
He got a good. He balled a foul there. That was good. I'm sure the Roughnecks not going to be rushing themselves anything now. You know.
Alfaro deemed to be leaning on Juan Pablo Cafa there.
Still
Bradley Bourgeois. With the
that's a good ball as well.
Free kick it is, up to the feet of Cafa. Wrestled away though. Here's Sari building again for the Rave Green, who come forward looking for something at the start of their 7-day road trip.
Yes.
Here's Kaffa. Fouled by Alfaro, and this might be a yellow card for Alfaro for what we call persistent fouling.
That was well paid by Kaffa. They bought that one as well, I think.
So, 4th yellow card for an S2 player. Killistree helps his captain up. It's a long way out for Kaffa, and needs to clip this one or go short here, you would have thought.
Drop it in the corner for someone to run out into.
Here's the foul from Alfaro. Here's Kaffa's left foot. Into the box. Bourgeois with a header. Great save from the keeper. Bourgeois still keeping the ball alive. And now there's an offside flag that goes up. What a save from the keeper, and what a header from Bradley Bourgeois. Steve Earle.
Oh, that was unbelievable. That was a great ball in. He was very unlucky. He did everything right. The goalkeeper made a good save.
Really good save, because Miller's not had a lot to do at all. And suddenly he's brought into action. Now the Roughnecks with a little bit of energy.
Yeah, but they don't want to be getting carried away with it. All right, still got it.
Right in front of Coach Vodrell there. The throwing goes to his team, who have 3 minutes plus stoppage time. And they lead by a Christian T. Young 14th minute goal. Here's Kaffa's ball into the box, the replay. And there is a very fine save from a Bradley Bourgeois header. That is a great, great save from a goalkeeper, Steve. There's had nothing to do at all.
No, he didn't. And he did his job well there. Come on, guys, keep it going.
Ulysses. Turn from Ringo. Little bit of a desperate effort, a tired effort. Easy save for Fabian Serda there. Serda will take as much time as he can, and now punts the ball down the field.
Save your legs, that's good.
Keeper to keeper. Roughnecks there with 2 lines of 4. Juan Pablo Kaffa just trotting back now, almost to make it a 5. Coach Vodrell had to adjust his tactics at half-time. We're going down to 10 men. Alfaro. Ray Sari. Here to Ramos. Ramos clips the ball into the box. It comes off a defender, does it? Yes, it does. It's going to be a corner. Roughnecks are unhappy. They thought it came off the Seattle player. Mathis won't mind about this. Here's Mathis from the left-hand side then. It's going to be in swinging right footer. Holds his left arm aloft. Here it is. To the back post. It's over everybody.
Don't let him turn. Don't let him turn. Well done.
Ulysses clips the ball into the box again. Headed away for another corner. By Jaime Ayala.
Face up.
Mathis again. Same place to the back post. And Corrales belts the ball away for a throw into S2, who now realise the urgency. Not they didn't before, but they really do want something out of this game now. We're in the last minute of normal time.
Well done.
Ball headed away. 30 seconds of normal to go. Juan Pablo Kaffa now collides with a ball girl and goes down. It's all happening here at ONEOK.
She's an animal, that girl.
Yeah, I think he's checking the girl's all right now. He said, are you okay? She said, yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, dear.
Well, S2 now. We understand the board is going to say 2 on it. Out comes Serda, headed away. Somehow. And now there's a push, and well, Kosuke Kimura is saying, why didn't you play the advantage, ref? We're going to have 2 minutes to be added on. Slightly strange one, because the Roughnecks were away then.
Yeah, he could have played the advantage, but it's working in the Roughnecks' favour. It's taking time off the clock.
We've now played the 90 minutes. 2 balls on the field. It has not been pretty at times, this game.
They've always said it's not how, it's if.
So is there a surprise in store in the 2 minutes to be added on? As Soda belts it to the left-hand side, left by Ulysses. That's going to be a throw-in to S2, who need to get the ball up the other end if they're to get something out of this game. Belted away by the Rave Green, up towards halfway. Levin wins the header there. Mothers takes over, drives it forward. Still S2 coming, slightly challenged from Ayala. Ayala picks himself up again and keeps the ball in. It spins but stays in. Here's Kaffa now. He goes down looking for a free kick, and he's got a free kick.
It's a good play, that.
Well, he's nodding, agreeing with everything now. Juan Pablo Kaffa. Roughnecks will take their time. Kaffa stretches out that left leg, gets up.
Drop it into the corner, guys.
And that's what's needed now if you're in the Roughnecks team. It's just to see this out now. Here's Ray Sari for S2, who still believe they can get something from this game. Here's the dangerous Mathers. Feeds it out wide to the right-hand side. Still S2 coming. Could be their last chance here. Driven into the box. Levin was back there defending. Levin gets involved again. And then in the end, it's belted away by Corrales. And the referee brings proceedings to an end. And the Tulsa Roughnecks have won this 1-0. And the Tulsa Roughnecks will definitely be playing playoff football for the first time in this new franchise. Steve Earle, as we said, it was not pretty at times, but at the end of the day, it will say the Roughnecks won, Seattle Sounders 2-0.
Yeah, the second half was a lot better. You know, everyone worked their tails off, got the result, which is all that matters. As you say, it wasn't pretty, but it doesn't have to be. You know, the result there now, they can have a breather. They've got one more game, and then they can look forward to playoffs, and anything can happen in the playoffs.
Incredibly, 75% possession for S2. They really had to soak it up, the Roughnecks, didn't they?
Yeah, but I think the second half they did it because they didn't get exposed going through the middle like they did in the first half. You know, they all got back in, bunkered in the and challenged for everything, and done a real good job.
They did the job on the night. It's their 14th win of the season. It's their 10th home win of the season. The Roughnecks don't tie games. They've either won or lost here. Not been a tie at ONEOK. They're all together celebrating. The Roughnecks have won this by a goal to nil. It was Christian Tieryoung's goal way back on the 14th minute. Coach Vodrell there going to La Union 918 to celebrate with a scarf. And we hope to speak to Coach Vodrell. And let's throw it down now onto the field to Angel Garcia, who's standing by now with the victorious coach. That's one, Dave Vodrell. Congratulations to him. And is Angel there to take it away for us?
Bueno, David, una victoria importante. Se ha sufrido mucho jugando con 10 jugadores en la segunda parte, pero ya estáis en playoff, haciendo historia en Tulsa.
Sí, tuvimos qué buena intención y estamos luchando muy duro y defendiendo. Y estoy muy contento porque estamos en la liguilla por la primera vez en esta época de Roughnecks. Y ahorita tenemos que concentrar en sábado. Sin presión, vamos a tratar de ganar porque yo creo que podemos llegar a la sexto lugar en la tabla y yo creo el sexto lugar es mejor que 7-8. Pero ahorita vamos a descansar y estamos un poco felices porque finalmente estamos en la liguilla.
Fue difícil esta segunda parte jugando con un jugador menos con 10, defendiendo, intentando mantener el marcador, pero al final se ha logrado.
Sí, yo creo que es una cosa que estábamos jugando muy bien cuando estamos defendiendo al último 20 minutos de un partido sin uno o 11 contra 11. Estábamos muy duro y muy integrado y sabemos cómo cubrir la cancha y apretar el balón, pero más importante para cubrir los pasillos que ellos no van a llegar a nuestro arco.
¿Qué le tienes que decir a esta afición?
No, es increíble que estamos gritando y rebotando siempre y vamos a hacer todo para los fanáticos.
Enhorabuena, David.
Gracias.
Coach, congratulations. You know, going into that second half down a man, you guys had a battle that entire time. Tell us about that.
Yeah, you know, it was great work effort. You know, this is our third game in a week, so it's not the right timing, but you know, besides Christian getting a little tired, we made him the third sub, but I thought guys held up very, very well. You know, some of the guys have played a lot of minutes. You know, we had to do the rotation. You know, we rotated guys last game and we rotated guys this game, and we had enough legs and enough determination to go close out that game. So I'm happy. We didn't give up a lot of clear chances, which was good.
Coach, playoff bound for the first time in the Roughnecks franchise history here. How proud are you of these guys that they're making it so far and they're playing so well? How proud are you?
Yeah, very proud. It's very exciting. You know, that was our first goal of the year, was to make the playoffs, and I'm happy we did it. It wasn't down to the wire. We're not worrying about who's going to win or who's going to lose. All the thing we're concerned about now is you know, how high up the table can we climb? We still think with another win that we can move up farther up the table and we'll get a better draw.
Are we going to celebrate tonight?
Nice and calm, yes. Celebrate a little bit and go home with my son and figure out how to play the new Nintendo Switch.
Congratulations, Coach. Great job.
Well, thanks, Justin. Thank you, Angel, and thanks to Coach Vodrell. They're a very, very happy man, and you saw there, you see it on the screen, the Tulsa Roughnecks, Steve Earle, clinched the USL playoff berth the first time in their franchise history, and I can tell you that Colorado have beaten Sacramento by 1-0, so the current standings see the Roughnecks go up to 6th. But as we've said, congratulations to them, and quite honestly, it doesn't matter who you play in the playoffs, does it?
That's right, it's a level field, and I think the coach gets them ready and they get rested up. Anything can happen, you know?
Of course, they have got one more game to play against the aforementioned Colorado Springs Switchbacks. That'll complete things next Saturday here at ONEOK, and then the following weekend the playoffs get underway. Just to explain to you that it is first v 8, second v 7th, third v 6th, and fourth v 5th. So a long way to go, but as it stands, it would be Spoke Park Rangers against the Tulsa Roughnecks. Steve Earle, let's have a look at the highlights. We'll start way back in the first half. The Roughnecks have won this by 1-0, but here are the first half highlights, and we had an early free kick. It came off a Roughnecks player, out came the keeper here, and we'll see an outrageous effort with a bicycle kick. Nothing for the keeper to do there. But then we had this through ball. Take us through this, Steve Earle.
That was a wonderful kick there. I don't know what the defender was doing, but that's a 70-yard pass, and 2 passes and a goal. It's unbelievable.
We'll get another look at this from the lower angle.
I don't think their coach would be too pleased about that.
Christian Young from a very narrow angle.
Worked very hard, that boy, today.
He did. He got the goal that eventually won the game. Here is Fabian Serda having to make a save, but really it was quite a weak shot from Ray. Sorry, nothing really for Serda to do. And then we have the shenanigans here at the bottom of the screen here, Steve. Fernandez had already been booked, and the referee, on the advice of the linesman, said it was an arm across the face, second yellow.
Strange one for me. I couldn't see it from our angle. Didn't look like he threw anything at the guy.
And then we have the Mathers free kick. Keeper beaten here, Fabian Serda, and Mathers for the second time in as many games hits the bar. Into the second half, Roughnecks are down to 10. They were really under the cosh. Here's a rare forage forward, and there's Bradley Bouchard, and that was about as good as it got in the second half, Steve.
Yeah, I think when he had two attacks, he was sucking it up for most of the half, but I think defensively, with the second half, they played a lot better and really put a shift in everywhere.
There's Nana Sinkum's chip. You have to do very well to beat Fabian Serda from there. This was a good move and a good save from Serda. He got something on that, and then the Roughnecks were throwing their bodies and clearing it anywhere.
Very brave there, guys going in, throwing their bodies in there.
And there was an amazing save. There was Kafa there, free kick into Mojadama. Brilliant save from the keeper, because you have to say the keeper didn't have a lot to do in that second half. There's the celebrations from the fans. Uncharted territory for the Tulsa Roughnecks. They are in the playoffs for the first time, Steve Earle, in their 3-year history. And you know, as a player and as a coach, how important that is to be in the playoffs. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yeah, it's that's what you strive for all year. And congratulations to the coach for you know, a bit nerve-wracking towards the end, but he got it done, and good luck to him in the playoffs.
Well, just to, you know, pay a bit more tribute. They're trying to get the corks off the champagne.
I bet they won't have no problem in about an hour.
There's Dave Vodrell, the coach there, just trying to get the cork off there too. I think he's trying to get, well, is he going to have a drink, or is he going to spray the fans? Well, there he is. He's going to have a little drink.
Yeah.
Well done to him, but, you know, well done to him on the second half tactics. As we said, it wasn't pretty, but they really had to dig in those 10
They bunkered in, yeah, because they knew they weren't going to have much of the ball, and they just had to be real honest, defenders, and they attacked everything, cleared it out when they had to, and really the Seattle team had lots of possession, but they really didn't create that many clear-cut chances.
Well, Steve and I are going to see if we can run down and get a little bit of that champagne, I think, before it all goes, Steve. Thank you so much. It's been great to have the legend of the Tulsa Roughnecks, the former Fulham and Leicester City man, Steve Earle. Steve, thank you so much to you.
It was fun. It was fun.
And he knows how important it is for the Tulsa Roughnecks to be successful. There's Christian Tear-Young, who got the only goal of the night. And that was enough to give the Roughnecks the 3 points over the Rave Green, who never laid down. They always came back at the Roughnecks, but just couldn't get anything from this game. So we say well done to Coach Vodrell. We say well done to the players. We say well done to our production team here, all our cameramen, to Alan, to everybody behind the scenes, too numerous to mention, who do such a great job here. We are so thankful for the pictures that they provide. It gives me and Steve the easy job of commenting on the pictures they provide. Thanks to everyone here at this wonderful football club. Thank you to S2 providing us with a good game tonight. But it is the Roughnecks who go into the playoffs. The final score for the final time as we bid you a good night from downtown Tulsa. The Tulsa Roughnecks won, S2 0.
Tulsa Roughnecks FC continued their playoff preparation next Saturday, October 14th at ONEOK Field as the Roughnecks host the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC in the final regular season match of 2017. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. and all youth soccer players wearing their jerseys can purchase $5 tickets in any section. Plus, it's Buck Night featuring dollar hot dogs, beer, and popcorn starting at 5 p.m. in the new Busch Scoreboard Bar. Catch the action on Cox Review Channel 1334 or visit roughnecksfc.com to buy and print your tickets from home.
Little help. Brad, are you watching?
Nothing comes before coffee.
Dude, are you mad at me?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe.
Be a part of the Pop and Vod Show with Jeremy Poplin and Coach David Vodrell on Facebook. For the first time, you have a chance to be part of the show here live at ONEOK Field on Wednesday, October 11th. Fans of all ages are welcome to come and meet the players for autographs and photos, watch the Pop and Vod Show in person, and stay after for a Q&A session hosted by Jeremy Poplin. There will be drinks, giveaways, and more. Doors open at 6 o'clock on Wednesday, October 11th. Come support your Tulsa Roughnecks as they push towards the playoffs.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.